Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today's tool review is going to be a Klein tool screwdriver. Now over the years I don't know how many Klein screwdrivers I picked up, and I still like them even though they might not be my go-to anymore. They were my bread and butter at one time, and I still do use several of them. The long handled nut drivers, or the long shafted nut drivers, I keep the 1/4 inch and 5/16 in my bag all the time. Of course, the flip socket, that's actually the tool that I started this channel with, just to let you all know that it was out there. One of the latest ones that I picked up is the 11-in-1 impact. I use that all the time. Now, I don't necessarily use it the way that it exists right there. I usually put a Malco and a bit driver in it, but I really like that handle. And that's kind of what I'm going to get at today, is because Hazan One Fan, he emailed me and said, hey, there's this screwdriver, Klein Tools on Home Depot, part number 32751. He was wanting to know if maybe I'd pick that up and give you my thoughts on it. And I replied back to him and said, I don't have to go pick it up. I've actually had that screwdriver for quite some time. And it is kind of the screwdriver of Klein's that started my whole, how can I use this handle in a bunch of different ways? And it made it very useful. And that's what's made me desire to pick up like this flip socket and the 11-in-1 impact and see what all I could do with it. Because it's basically an adjustable screwdriver. And it's going to run you $21 as part number 32751, which is what this is here. Even though the handle says 32619, that's the part number for the handle. They do sell it by itself for $18, and then they also sell blade sets for it for $18, a 3-blade set that has a Phillips 1 and a 3/16, and then this one is a Phillips 2 and a 1/4 inch slotted, and then they also sell a square 1 and square 2 blade set. And that 3-blade set's going to cost you $18. But 32751, that is the handle and the 1/4 inch and the Phillips 2 put into one package that they sell. And that way, and again, this is probably the screwdriver that kind of started me thinking, how can I use these Klein handles to work for? Because this is ultimately just an adjustable length screwdriver. So a lot like your 14-in-1, where you're going to get that bit storage and you have that adjustable length with that right there. You know, you can use that screwdriver, but this one was out before this one, or at least I picked this one up before I picked up this one. And this is the same process or same, idea behind this, except for it is just a solid shaft on your bits. But I will say, to me, the difference between this one and one like that is there is hardly any play, any deflection between these bits and this handle, even if you extend it fully out all the way. So if you're wanting a long screwdriver and then also the option to shrink it down to a small screwdriver with very little deflection, you can get a lot of action on it and things like that. This is a very good one. My friend that I work with pretty often, this is his go-to screwdriver. He carries this around in his pocket all the time, uses it almost every time I see him using a screwdriver. This is the one he's using. He likes it that much. And with the adjustment, you basically have a 4-inch shaft if it's in all the way, and then it goes up to a 9 1/4 screwdriver. So that's how wide this whole entire screwdriver is. So the length at the shortest with the blade put in all the way, you're right around 9 1/4, versus if you extend it out and there's a max line, you can see right there, that's as far as they want you to put it out. If you take it to that max line, you have a 8-inch as far as right here, but overall your screwdriver is now 13 1/4 inches long from the end of the handle to the bit. So your shaft is 8 inches, your whole entire screwdriver is 13 1/4. So that gives you a really nice long screwdriver that you can quickly change to a short screwdriver, and all you have to do is pull out on that will allow you to push it in, and pulling in on that allows you to pull it out, which seems a little bit backwards to me. I think it's even backwards from the 14-in-1, so it takes me a while to get used to it whenever I get this back out to use it. But again, it's a good screwdriver just like it is, but this handle right here, like I said, it's the one that kind of started my thought process on, I can take like a conduit reamer that has a 1/4 inch shaft, and I can also put that in there. Klein Tools sells a screwdriver with this exact end on it. So I thought, why buy that screwdriver? If I have this handle, I can put my conduit reamer on there. And now I've got that same screwdriver, and I can take that off and put that in my driller impact. Or, a right angle drill attachment. Same thing, I can put that in there. It gives me a right angle screwdriver. So again, this is the screwdriver that kind of started my thought process on it. You don't have to have this handle, because now you can use The flip socket 7-in-1 handle, although you can't put certain things in that one because it's not a hollowed out shaft all the way. It's not adjustable length. But you can do the same thing with the 14-in-1 adjustable with the bit storage. But I do feel like you get more deflection on this screwdriver than you do with this one for whatever reason. So they've done something different in this handle. And you can also take a bit driver like this one. You just have to make sure that you have the flat sides on the 1/4 inch, so it can't be something like your Malco here that has that rounded off, because you'll only be able to put that in as far until you hit that rounded section, and you won't be able to go any farther than that. But again, you can still make you a nut driver out of this handle, or if you have a bit driver like this, you can then change it into an adjustable length to hold any bit you want to. So if you needed more than the Phillips 1 and Phillips 2, and you don't really use a square 1, square 2, or a Phillips 1 and a 3/16, you could buy you this kit right here, the 32751. Find you a bit adapter that is shafted like that all the way around. I think this is an Irwin that I picked up at Lowe's a long time ago. I think there's a Makita one that is also like this, but a lot of the Milwaukees and the DeWalt's have a rounded deal on it like that, so you can't end up using those. But again, buy you one of these, you get you the adjustable length and also the bit holder. So for the price though, I don't know that you would not want to go ahead and go with the 14-in-1 unless you want a more compact handle, because it's about the same length, but this one is a little bit, less girth than what that 14-in-1 because of that bit storage. And of course, this bit storage over time for me has not worked out all that great. It's still not bad, but so that's the option on this right here. Again, I'm mostly making this video for a Hazan 1 fan who kind of requested it. Maybe y'all didn't know it was out there. And again, it is a good screwdriver. It's real solid. It's got a nice solid feel to it. My buddy, this is his favorite screwdriver of all time. Like I said, he uses it all the time. So just in case you didn't know it was out there, that's the 32751 with the Phillips 2 and the 1/4 inch slotted and the handle. They have other options, handle by itself, blade set with more different bits and things like that. But basically you have an adjustable screwdriver from a 4-inch shaft to an 8-inch shaft, and then from a 9 1/4 inch overall screwdriver to a 13 1/4 inch screwdriver. Again, I really like this screwdriver. I don't use it as much as I used to, just because it's not as flexible as far as what I can get done with it to keep this in my tool bag. But if you're only going to be doing Phillips 2 1/4 inch, it's pretty fast to just sit there and swap that around, and then the ability to have the different lengths, that's pretty nice. So let me know what you think about it. Hope it was useful. Hope that answers your question, Hazan 1 fan. And you guys stay safe. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you on the next video.